She found out her husband has a mistress and prepared a birthday gift that he would never forget. Anyone who has ever been cheated on knows how bad the feeling is. It makes you feel rejected and embarrassed. Most people who have gone through this have this puzzling anger within them. While some may let go of the anger over time, some too may channel this anger and hate into getting revenge. Today's story features some unusual revenge plots from people who have been cheated on by their partners. Greetings and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, please subscribe to support the channel. Also, press the alarm bell and turn on YouTube notifications on your phone. Thank you and enjoy. Yvonne's payback was a classic and iconic one that deserves to go down in history. It was a big public revenge that you might have seen or heard about. Wilkins is a film producer, while her husband-to-be then was Charles Phillips, an advisor to the former President Barack Obama. The two were in a relationship for 8 long years before it publicly exploded in everyone's face back in 2009. Yvonne learned from numerous people that her lover was reconciling with his wife. This left her humiliated and destroyed. She could not control her rage and decided to get revenge on Philip for what he'd put her through. Since her humiliation was a public one, she decided to get back at him the same way. Wilkins appeared on the Dr. Phil show to talk about her embarrassment and why it hurt her so much. She said that she didn't know that Charles was trying to get back together with his wife through their 8-year relationship. This made her feel very foolish. When she first realised this, she said her reaction was, "Oh my God, I'm his mistress, not his girlfriend." This revelation made her sick to the stomach. It took her some time to get used to her heartbreak, and when she did, she started to think of ways that she could equally torment him. She found inspiration from his place of work, the Oracle. The revenge plan had to be thoughtfully executed. It wasn't until the next year in January that she was able to carry out her plan. The results were definitely worth the long time it took. Huge billboards are usually displayed in places like Times Square in New York City, Atlanta, San Francisco, etc. for $50,000 each to catch the attention of passers-by. She put up a big billboard that read, "Charles and Yvonne." A website was written at the bottom. This website has lots of pictures of the couple together across their 8-year relationship. The pictures were grouped year after year. One of the billboards had the quote, "You are my soulmate forever," right at the top. This payback was inspired by an Oracle advert that she had driven past on the highway one day. The website created at the time by Ms. Wilkins showed Mr. Phillips and her standing arm in arm on the Great Wall of China and posing in Sydney wearing matching Australian jackets. One of the photo albums from 2001 was set to a karaoke performance of the Smokey Robinson song "Cruisin'," where a man and a woman can be heard singing, "This is not a one-night stand." There was also a huge collection of notes from Mr. Phillips. One gushed, "You're all that matters to me." Another read, "I have never met a woman as fascinating as you. You are exactly what I've been looking and waiting for." Ms. Wilkins wrote, "Charles, you have my heart forever. I love you so much." Wilkins thought this was the perfect way for Charles to get just a taste of his own medicine. She wanted him to feel what she felt at that time. It was a very costly revenge. There was a total of 5 billboards put up. This means she spent $250,000 to execute her public payback. However, the satisfaction was great, and even greater when she heard that Phillips had left his job and resigned from the President's Council on Jobs and Competitiveness. The next day, the billboard in New York and 2 others in Atlanta were taken down, and the website was no longer active. After his public humiliation, he had to come out and clear the air. In a statement to NBC Bay Area, he confessed an affair. "I had an 8.5-year serious relationship with Yvonne Wilkins," the statement said. "My divorce proceeding began in 2008. The relationship with Ms. Wilkins had since ended, and we both wished each other well." Wilkins was very adamant about being portrayed as the other woman. She thought that Charles had begun and perhaps ended his divorce proceedings in 2003. I'm sure you're wondering how she found out about the reconciliation. Somewhere late summer in 2009, Wilkins received an anonymous email tip about Philip's marital status. Then she hired a private investigator. It was then she realised that he was still very much married and proceeded to end the relationship in October that year. However, it is speculated that Charles was rather hiding his wife and not the other way around. The pair started their relationship in 2001 and had lived together for most of the years. They even travelled together and went to sports events together. They bought an $11 million house in California in 2008 and resided there. He even introduced her to his son, Chaz, and his girlfriend. 2 years earlier, he bought a $6 million house with Karen and listed them on property record as husband and wife. When family members saw a 2006 magazine profile on Phillips that mentioned he was married, the tech honcho said it was a mistake, said Davila Wilkins' cousin. He said they must have used my old resume. Both Wilkins and her cousin never saw something that indicated that Charles was still married. When he wasn't on business trips, he was spending time with her. She recalls him telling her from time to time that he had to go to Europe for 4 or 5 days for business trips. On her website, Wilkins included a series of apologetic grovelling notes from Phillips to her, promising they'd spend their lives together and pleading with her, "Stick with me" and "Hang in there," and noting, "We're almost over the hump." Davila said they were written at a time when Wilkins was pressuring Phillips to make good on an agreement to move back to New York together. California was supposed to be a temporary thing, 3 years or so, Davila said. Yvonne wanted to go back to New York and was getting impatient. That's what those notes were about. Davila also said that Phillips talked openly about marrying Wilkins. Charles always said how much he loved her. He told me, "I want to marry her. I always thought Yvonne was the hold-up and she didn't want to get married." Davila also said that it was never Wilkins' intention to embarrass him. She wanted to show him that she was important to him and their relationship was very much real. She thought only friends and family would visit the site and not the public. Philip is still married to his wife Karen. He is currently the board chairman of Infor, a company that specialises in enterprise software applications for specific industries. A lot of people have spoken out on the issue. Some think that Wilkins went too far with her revenge. Others have called her unimaginable names, but I know for a fact that some people had a really good laugh. However, Wilkins is not the first woman to publicly call out their lovers. In another start somewhere in Scotland, people began to notice posters captioned "Lost Dog." Yet information given in these posters really had nothing to do with the dog. People in the area started taking pictures and sharing the posters on their social media pages. The poster was a way to shame a certain man. It listed him as a lost dog. He was a screw breed, and his habits include lying, cheating on his clueless wife mistress, drinking, preying on women, and being a narcissist. He also liked getting women drunk and using them for sex. He dislikes telling the truth, being loyal, and using condoms. It also listed his last seen whereabouts as jumping any bitch in heat. The list didn't stop there and went on to reveal his full name, age, and occupation. It was also revealed that the age of his Tinder profile was a lie, and he had also glamorized his job. The characteristics love positive people, quirks, good wine, Italian food, open to most things, but let's start with a casual date in the initial poster was changed to loves chlamydia positive people, good wife, kids at home, multicultural people accepted. This shows that the person was very angry. Interestingly enough, the man's wife has come forward to say that is her husband in the poster, but none of the things that were written are true. She also said that she was not the one behind those posters. They had nothing to do with her, and they also had no idea who wrote them. The information written in these posters has put some stress on their marriage and her life. It was never confirmed who wrote the posters. It is not known whether it was a prank, some joke, or written by a scorned lover, but it is still a little entertaining. This is the end of today's story. What do you think of both stories? Are they something you would ever do if you found yourself in such a situation? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family. Until next time, bye.